There's a difference in being a leader and a manipulator. And I think what we've had for the past 18 years is a manipulator who gets people where he wants them for his own agenda. And that's what's got to be addressed. That's what's got to be changed. I watched the Michael Jackson memorial service after Michael Jackson died. I was a huge Michael Jackson fan. I thought the guy was great. And I'm listening to all the people talk about him and people talking about how he was loved universally. You know, I mean, they were having services all around the world for the guy. And somebody referred to him as a unifier, that all races and all people from around the world really like Michael Jackson. And that word just struck with me. What this city needs, what Memphis needs, is a unifier. Somebody in city government, somebody in city hall that is a unifier. And, you know, it's a big task. I'm not saying that I can do it, but I am saying that out of all of the candidates that are going to be in this race, I would have the best chance of doing that. I would have the best chance of getting Memphis to come together and then go in the same direction. I did a radio show with Thaddeus Matthews a couple of weeks ago. If anybody's familiar with Thaddeus Matthews, he's on KWAM radio, KWAM 990 on the dial, and the AM. As a matter of fact, I'm going to be on with him tomorrow afternoon. Myself and Charles Carpenter are going to be on there again with Thaddeus Matthews for about 3 hours, starting at 4 o'clock. But I did a show with Thaddeus a few weeks ago. And the very first, of course, he's you know, primarily probably 99% African American audience. And the first question that Thaddeus asked me was, he said, "Jerry, if you get elected mayor, what are you going to do for the black community?" And so I said, "Now, Thaddeus, I don't want this to shock you, but nothing." Looked back a little bit and I said, "Nothing more than I'm going to do for the white community or the Hispanic community or any community." I said, "Thaddeus, it's time, and it is time, that we got to stop looking at Memphis as a black community and a white community. We got to start looking at what's best for the entire city of Memphis. And if we ever get a mayor in office that looks at every decision that's made with some common sense and decides what's best for the city of Memphis, then that will benefit the black community and the white community." And that's what this is all going to be about. As I said before, common sense in city government is it's pretty uncommon. But hopefully with your help, and if we can get this message out, we'll get someone in office that will look at every decision that's made with common sense first. And as I said, you know, if I can get elected, the mayor's job is you know, it's certainly to be a delegator, to delegate authority. It's to oversee what goes on, you know, and to surround yourself with qualified, capable people that will be doing the everyday jobs that consist of keeping this city running. You know, and as I said, in a perfect world, if we can get the proper people in position to handle all the work that goes on in the city, the mayor could be left to be a ribbon cutter or an ambassador for the city, to get, you know, to be out there beating the bushes, to bring more industry into the city, to make tourism bigger than it is today in the city. And that's, you know, that is what I can envision. That's what I would like to be able to bring to Memphis. You know, put qualified, competent people in every position. Probably eliminate a lot of the positions that are now filled with unqualified people. You're going to hear all the politicians talk about, yeah, we need to fix crime, yeah, we need to fix the schools. True, all the issues, all the problems of the city are the same. They're all going to talk about it. What the politicians will not be able to tell you is where they're going to get the money to fix these problems. Because it is going to take money. But the money is already there. We already pay out of our pockets enough money to fix these problems. But the money is being wasted, the money is being ill-spent and misappropriated. But you know, we will, believe me, take care of that situation as first order of business. And I think that Brian wants to ask or say something. Yes, sir?
You want to take some questions?
That's a good idea. Okay, we'll do that. We'll open this up right now. If anybody has any questions about anything, I'll try my best to answer. Any questions?
Yes, Steve.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. What are you going to do as far as tourism to bring more industry into Memphis?
Well, you know, that's a great question you asked about what can be done about tourism to bring more industry into Memphis. When I look at Memphis, we all know that probably our #1 attraction that we have here in Memphis is, of course, Graceland. You know, the home of Elvis Presley. Nobody else on earth can claim that distinction. We have it. That little gold mine is sitting right here in Memphis, Tennessee. And I just don't think that we capitalize on that. I mean, I go to New York City and, you know, their #1 attraction is probably the Statue of Liberty on Ellis Island. I don't see why we can't have Elvis Island instead of Mud Island. We lost the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame to Cleveland, Ohio. What's Cleveland, Ohio ever done to have rock and roll? I mean, my gosh, we had Elvis Presley, Jerry Lee Lewis, Johnny Cash, Roy Orbison, Carl Perkins, all of these people recording right here in Memphis, and the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame is in Cleveland, Ohio. And trust me, I love Cleveland, Ohio. I'm a big Cleveland sports fan, and I've seen and been to the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. It's a great attraction. It draws millions of people to Cleveland every year. But that should have been here in Memphis, you know. But we have, and I'll get back to why I'm mentioning this. But Charles Carpenter was talking about the great things on that radio show yesterday morning that, you know, have happened here in Memphis under the watch of Mayor Harrington. And I said, well, let me remind you, Charles, of a few other things that have happened here in Memphis. I know that for 20 years, because I was a part of it, for 20 years this city lobbied to get an NFL franchise in Memphis. We had to go every year to an NFL preseason game out at the Liberty Bowl and sell it out to show the NFL how serious we were and how bad we wanted an NFL franchise. Well, that NFL franchise went right past Memphis up to Nashville, Tennessee, and believe me, it puts millions and millions of dollars into their economy every year. We lost the NFL franchise. We have the Mid-South Coliseum sitting empty. We have the Pyramid sitting empty. We lost Liberty Land. We had the Memphis River Kings playing down in Mississippi. I mean, really, we lost the Mid-South Fair. And the list goes on and on of things that we have lost, things that used to bring tourists into this city. And you know, that will be another one of the first orders of business. There's so much potential that this city has. I mean, everybody's talking about a Bass Pro Shop. How many people think the Bass Pro Shop in the Pyramid would be a good idea? That's amazing. Not one hand goes